depends on what the man values. This is it. This is it right here, because different men value different things. So I'm going to put this out here. Looks are not everything, right? You empower him to be that provider and that protector. And oh my goodness, I feel so safe when I'm around you. Oh, you're my superhero. I wouldn't know what I would do without you. If you are that woman to a man, he will never forget that. Hello, my pretties. Thank you so much for coming back to the closet. Today's video is going to be fun. You guys said that you want to talk about how to be an unforgettable woman. Before I get into the topic, I want you guys to know that the lipstick that I have on now is First Lady. First things first is femininity. And I know that we're having this whole huge topic on femininity as it relates to the people around you and blah, 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 and all this stuff. I'm not talking about fake femininity as far as like slapping some extensions in your hair and rocking a red lip and you know, saying please and thank you and all that stuff. That's not what I am trying to talk about. When I speak about femininity, I am meaning your presence. Are you charming? Are you inviting? Are you someone that rests in their femininity and allows a man to be a man? If you want to be unforgettable to men in your life, right, in relationships, if you want him to go on and just choose women that remind him of you, you know what I mean? You want to be that girl, the one that got away, that one that sticks out in his mind. It is so important that you are mindful of how you act in relation to this man, right? I feel like it's so easy to get caught up in emotions and everything, but a man always remembers the most feminine woman that he's dated. The same way that if a man has a feminine teacher, like that crush that he'll speak about at 30, like there are men that I know, especially that are in their 40s and 50s, and they still speak back on like the little soft, delicate flowers that they had in their lives when they were younger. You know what I mean? So it's very important that you remain feminine and that you allow him to rise up to the occasion and just be a man. And that is always going to allow him to see you in a feminine light. And he's always going to remember you, right? So that is number one as far as femininity goes. Like if you want to be that one that got away, that had that energy that he craves, right? Like after a man dates a feminine woman, he will not want to turn his head back. You know what I mean? Like after he's had the experience of I'm a man and I'm respected as a man, like after he gets that feeling that like, you know, he's not going to ever want to go and deal with any other type of woman. So you will be a game changer. We talk about being game changers often. You guys know I absolutely love the book. What is it called? Men Don't Love Women Like You, or is it Men Don't Love Women Like You? How to Be a Game Changer. A game changer is a woman that allows, like makes room or gives room to for a man to step up to the plate. And it's more than just, you know, what you look like. We're talking about energy here when I talk about femininity. I always talk about energy, right? So that right there, that feminine energy is you're going to be the game changer for that man, guys. Like that's it right there. You know what I mean? So number two, as far as being unforgettable, you know what I mean? If you want to imprint on a man, number two is going to be just to be his ideal type, right? And I'm saying this because a lot of women will date men that they aren't, like, if you're not his ideal type, right? He's not going to be the one to continue to keep, you know, to keep things up. If you want that man to chase, right? Any man, if you want a man that's going to chase you and pour into you and do what he needs to do, you need to be his type. I talk about this often. I feel like in a lot of groups or a lot of other conversations come up where women are talking about like scamming and being manipulative and doing all this stuff. It doesn't take all that work when you're dealing with someone that genuinely likes you. You know what I mean? If you're his ideal physical type, if you're his ideal, you have that ideal energy, everything, that man is always and forever going to remember you. Like it's a given, right? If you have that look that he likes and all of that, girl, that man, what? You got the look and you got the energy, that man ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean? He's going to be pouring into you, making sure that you're fine for years to come. Give me some hearts if you guys are liking this content, guys, because I feel like this was a really good topic. I'm glad that someone chose this for tonight. Okay, so give me some hearts and comment below. And when I talk about ideal type, guys, I know you guys know, like, men are really funny. They'll date a woman that looks a certain type of way, and like they will date women after her that look exactly like her. Tell me if you guys agree, because I think it's kind of funny. And I'm gonna bring up who is it, Reggie Bush, because these are celebrities, so we're just gonna talk about celebrities, but this happens in everyday life, right? Reggie Bush dated Kim Kardashian. She became his ideal prototype looks in a woman, right? After they finished dating, who does he start dating? Girls that look exactly the same as Kim Kardashian. His daughter literally looks just like North, okay? This man dated his ideal type, right? He was so fulfilled. The way that this woman looked was everything that he wanted, right? So what happens? That didn't work out. It didn't work out. So what does he do? He finds a woman that looks exactly like her and gives that woman in everything, right? I know I'm not the only one that notices this, right? So being a man's ideal type is going to make you unforgettable. You can't tell me that man is not sitting there visualizing Kim. You can't tell me that he's not. Same thing with Chris Brown. Chris Brown dates all these, little singer girls, whatever, and he gets a little bit of Karrueche. Karrueche's the first Asian woman that he dates, right? Ideal type, right? And now the man don't date nothing but Asians. Nothing but girls that look like Karrueche or however you pronounce that girl's name. But you guys understand what I'm saying. Y'all know this is real life, okay? So when you are a man's ideal type, guys, you are going to be that game changer. He's not going to forget. You're going to be unforgettable, right? So this is why I preach just going and dealing with men that you are their ideal type. When you look at that man's exes, if you look at his track record, you know what I mean? Do you look like you up in there in the lineup? Because it might be a little, that might be an indication of just how invested he will be. Because with dating, we talk about how dating is a numbers game, right? So swiping left and swiping right, right? So just because you're giving a man attention, right, you can create that certain situation in your head that it's a genuine relationship or whatever, right? However, if he's not invested, it's not going to be in your favor. So make sure that you are that man's ideal type. That is number 2, guys. Okay, so number 3 is going to be if you increase a man's social value, okay? And you can do this in so many different ways. You can do this as being an attractive woman. If you guys walk into a room and everybody is staring, he is going to feel like he is the man. He's going to crave this feeling long after you're gone, right? As that king of the jungle sort of type of, you know what I mean? If you, that's why men get trophy wives, guys, because they love the feeling that they get from recognizing that I'm the provider of my household, right? You know what I mean? Wants to that macho feeling. So you can do this with your looks. You can do this with your education. It depends on what the man values. This is it right here, because different men value different things. So I'm going to put this out here. Looks are not everything, right? There are men that genuinely don't care what a woman looks like, right? As long as she's an intelligent woman, that's what he values. It's the same thing with women. So if I value looks, there are women that literally only value looks, right? And they will base every single new relationship, whether or not that man looks better than the most attractive man that they've dated, because they value looks, right? Women, especially women that are in a lot of these communities, value men that have resources and power and connections, right? You are going to base every new situation that you have off of, does this man have as many resources? Does he have as many connections? You base everything off of that one man that had it all in that capacity. Are you guys following what I'm saying? Because this is real life, guys. If you are increasing his social value as far as, my wife, my wife went to NYU and she, then, she went off and did so-and-so, that he's going to brag on you, right? If he values education, if he values that, he'll talk about that. If he values your looks and what you are, it sounds like he's trying to upgrade. Upgrades cost coins. This is real life, okay? So yeah, increasing his social value is going to make him just, you know, crave and want that. Men will keep women around just for the sake of them validating him in that way, right? If you validate him and you get other people to see him in a certain kind of light, he's not going to forget that, ladies. Someone just said, what if you're the most attractive woman that he's had, right? He's going to want to flaunt you and, you know, take you everywhere. He's craving that feeling of being that macho man, okay? I feel like I'm going there, guys. Give me some hearts if y'all are feeling it, okay? Number 4. So I talked about validating, right? So look, if you validate a man's masculinity, this is number 4, he's never going to forget that. If you encourage him as, oh, you're a smart man, I know you're going to figure it out. You're so intelligent. You're so, you know, XYZ. If you validate that man's masculinity and you empower him to be that provider and that protector and, oh my gosh, you make me feel so good. Oh my goodness, I feel so safe when I'm around you. Oh, you're my superhero. I love you. Like, I wouldn't know what I would do without you. If you are that woman to a man, he will never forget that. Validating a man's masculinity, you can do this in so many different forms, right? You can do it like I just said, as far as what you're saying to him. I am a talker. You guys know I'm a talker. I can sit and talk all the time, right? So if there is a man, and this is another good tip, right? If you're dealing with a man that's very attractive, you guys know I preach this, right? If you're dealing with a man that's very attractive, let's say you're dealing with a man that's super duper duper attractive, right? People are always going to compliment that man on his attractiveness, on what he looks like, right? If he's also a very intelligent man, let's say he owns a business or whatever, and you stroke that ego as far as what it is that he can do, wow, you are so smart, right? He's going to want to continue to have you around because people like people that like them, right? If you're showing forth that your interest and your appreciation for him in this capacity that other people don't really see and value him in, right? As being that smart man, right? That incredible provider, because he doesn't hear that often, you're not going nowhere, boo-boo. He's going to take care of you. You're going to be that unforgettable woman, okay? And it's the same thing as far as very intelligent men, smart men. If he is that incredible provider and protector and everything, right? He's not going to hear often, ooh, you're just so sexy. Ooh, I just love it when you do so-and-so. Like, I love it when you wear your hair pushed back like that. I like it when you do, you know, you look so good today. Oh, you smell so good. Like, all that stuff. Those are not things that man is going to hear often if he's less, you know, not as attractive. So definitely validating a man for his masculinity, right? And validating him in areas where he might not necessarily be validated in, right? Looking at those other aspects of him as being a well-rounded individual. Number 5 is just going to be that if he genuinely likes you. I mentioned earlier that dating is a numbers game, and a lot of men recognize it as a numbers game. There are men that are with women for convenience. There are men that are with women from what they can benefit. They aren't necessarily validated in that way. They don't even really like the woman, but it's a convenient relationship. She does this, he does that. It is what it is, and that's where he's at, right? So when a man deals with a woman that he genuinely likes, right, he's not going to forget that. A woman that he feels like he can connect with on certain levels and all of those things, unforgettable woman. And that, my guys, is the video. So I'm going to get into the comments and see what it is that everyone had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel.